Oh my god, the host just triple stabbed
Do
me.
you see whose food running tonight?
56 was just sitting there making out the entire time I was trying to take
Why do we
their
have
order.
so many servers on the floor? Did you hear about 73?
This is a work of fiction. Any similarity to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events, is purely coincidental.
No, it's not. It was just my turn.
Fuck, it's not.
I know for a fact it's not. I'm positive that I just spoke.
Welcome back to Rolling Silverware. I'm Kat,
I'm Bunny.
and this is our post-shift shit talk.
Here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
So you had something happen tonight that you wanted to talk
Yeah,
about.
a little bit of pre-shift
little
for
bit
you.
pre-shift.
So this is a consistent issue that I am so fucking sick of dealing with. You helped me with it, in fact, tonight. Tell me why that for the past 2 fucking years I have been asking for more glassware. Just the standard fucking glassware that we put water and soda in. Like, we do not have enough. We don't have enough for a regular Saturday night. Every single week, we encounter moments where we are waiting on glassware to be run through the dish pit. And even so, I'm dropping half a rack. I'm not even waiting on a full rack to be washed. I'm waiting on half a rack because we have 2 to 3 servers just waiting. I have to tell my table, oh my God, I'm so sorry I can't bring you waters right now because we don't have the glassware to facilitate you. So why on God's green earth do we fucking offer for a party of 20, a party of 15, a party of 11, and a party of 9 to all be here at the same time on a busy Saturday night while we still have the restaurant is full. Not only did we not have any glassware tonight, we had nothing to even run.
Yeah, it was literally all on the floor.
There was nothing to be run through the dish pit. The glass racks in the back were empty. And I have nothing to wash. And I have 2 tables, not 1, 2 tables. I have one table that's waiting on refills that I can't get for them, and a brand new table of 4 that I cannot get any drinks for.
Yeah, because we can't take the glasses from the table to get
Right.
refills
So
for.
standard for us is to get brand new glasses. And also one of my tables, the person who asked for a refill, it was now water instead of their iced tea. So that would be a new glass regardless.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't just take it and refill it. Because I did tell one of the ladies at a different table, I was like, do you mind if I just take your glass and refill that? And she's like, no, of course, absolutely. Like, people don't know. I would never know. If you take my glass and leave my table, I will never know if you're bringing me a new glass or that same glass back. I'll never know. But our standard is to not do that. And fine, I'm happy to stick to that. But if we... Holy fucking shit, I've been asking for 2 years for more glassware, and I have been told for 2 years, well, we just don't have the budget for it, or they're on back order, or blah, 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 fucking whatever other reason. So that's why tonight, when I was standing at the terminal, and I said, so a supervisor walks past me, and I was like, we're out of glassware. And he goes, okay, I'll go check the back. And I go, okay, well, that's really funny, because on a regular Saturday night, I don't have glassware. Why the fuck would we have glassware tonight?
Yeah, with the amount of big parties we had scheduled.
And he was several steps away from me. So he walks back over to me to say, what? And I go, we can't facilitate glassware on a regular Saturday night. Why the fuck would we have it tonight? As I gesture to all the large parties. Which, like, great. I love having the restaurant full. It means everybody's making money. That's what I'm here for. But if you guys can't give me the basic fucking shit that I need to do my job, who do I have to talk to?
Right.
Who do I have to talk to? I've thought about talking to our corporate. I've thought about even sending out an email and being like, so whose budget is it?
Yeah.
We are busy enough that we should be able to have enough racks of fucking glasses, which is why you and I then went upstairs to go get the old style pint glasses so that we could run them through the dish pit. So we did, and they were dusty as all hell from being upstairs.
For years, yeah.
Right, and that's fine. But to be told, like, oh, yeah, it's fine, we can get those now. Great, I understand that they're not the same shape as the glassware that you want. But if you're never going to give me the glassware that you want out on the tables, what the fuck do you want me to do? Because I'm going to start serving in to-go cups at this point.
Yeah.
It is embarrassing to all hell to drop just bread to a table who has just ordered a round of waters.
Yeah, and then you have to be like, I'm so sorry, we're getting some more through dish. Maybe.
I'm waiting for glassware for you. do you want anything from the bar?
I
Like, I
literally
hope.
had to say that to a table tonight.
Yeah, I
They
also did.
they got 2 things from the bar, but then they also asked for waters. And when I came back, I was like, I'm so sorry. We're waiting for some more glasses to go through dish.
Right.
You know, it's not like we're a restaurant. Why would we have enough
Why
glassware?
would we be prepared for
And-
people to have drinks?
And they laughed, right? So I do have a little bit where,
Sure.
you know, I'm like,
Well, and it's been long enough that I also have enough things that I can say to tables, but it's embarrassing. It's
embarrassing.
fucking embarrassing, and I'm so fucking sick of it. And then while we're running those glasses, we run them twice because that was
because of how gross it was.
they were
yeah.
super gross. I was not going to let those go through once. 2 of our other servers are standing in the back with me, one of whom, Paranorman, got very upset. He's like, can I take those? And I was like, no, you can't take those yet. They have to be run a second time through. And he goes, where the fuck are all of our glasses? And I go, they're all being used because they always are. On
Yeah.
a regular busy night, we don't have what's needed to do my fucking job.
No.
And so eventually we got them out, and it ended up being fine because, of course, the restaurant slows down, and then we have plenty of glassware for the rest of the night, and that's all well and good. But then I have the supervisor coming up to me being like, oh, yeah, and by the way, like, we need to put those back into racks and put them back upstairs at the end of the night. Okay, great. And he's like,
you can do that.
well, the busser knows about it. Okay, great. You want to know who didn't sort out all of the glassware tonight? I didn't.
Not me.
Because honestly, we're probably going to need it tomorrow.
Right.
And also, we can absolutely. If I come in tomorrow and they're like, "Hey, we need to find all of these pint glasses," I'll do it. That's fine. But also, why has it taken this long and also still longer? Because we still don't
Because
have.
we still don't have the appropriate glassware.
We still
It's not
don't have the
standard
glassware that they want. I told every single person who walked past me that I have been asking for 2 years for this glassware, and it has not been provided. Not even one more rack. They can't even give me 20 more glasses.
Nope.
They can't even give me 20 more.
We don't have the budget for more glasses. We don't
What
have the
do
budget.
we have the fucking budget
We
for?
don't have the budget to replace the refrigerator that's
Right, we can't
literally
fix the
leaking
broken
water.
refrigerator. We can't
causing
fix
mold.
the broken part of the bar. We're just going to tape over it.
Yep. We can't fix the drains.
What?
We don't have the budget for any of this. But you know what we do have the budget for? A very Pinterest-esque beverage station to make sure that we can put all of our iced teas and coffees into
Yes.
these cute little baskets that have their little labels on them, their little chalkboard labels.
And give
with-
me all of those little wine crates to roll into.
Yeah.
We definitely needed so many more wine crates to roll into, but
But no.
cannot
And
provide
also
waters.
they're planning on putting, curtains over in the big party.
Oh
'cause
God, yeah, because it looks a
really cute.
little trashy to have just open cupboards anywhere. Not that we were utilizing them
Well, they're
before.
windows. They're windows. They're not cupboards. What are you talking about?
Oh, I thought you meant the cupboards down in the bar.
No.
Because I was told we were going to put curtains up over those.
Which, to be fair, if we do put curtains up over those, we should, because they took out all of our condiments, because God forbid a guest to look at a condiment and know that we have a condiment station anywhere near the bar.
Absolutely not. You
Next
can-
to the pile of plates and the box of silverware.
Right, and the marking trays and everything else that we have set up so that guests know that we're prepared.
So they can see that, but they can't see a malt vinegar and a ketchup bottle. God fucking forbid.
Right.
However, no, I was talking about in the private dining area, they're planning
Right.
on putting up curtains because right now they're just windows.
It'd be
But
so cute.
it would be
with some little
in one of our other
curtains.
locations, they have curtains in their private dining area. So it'd be really cute. So we have the budget for full-blown curtains to close off our private dining area to the rest of the area. But we don't have the budget to literally fix broken things in our
Right.
restaurant. Things that are causing mold, things that are causing drainage
Yeah.
backup, things that are causing health
And also-
hazards.
Also,
No.
let's take away your second ice well because we just don't think that we need it all the time.
Oh my
Do
God.
you want to know when I fucking need that?
Friday and Saturday night.
Friday and Saturday night. If that's the only nights you want to fill them, then fine. Don't fill it on a Wednesday. I don't need it Wednesday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know when I need it? Is when there's fucking 6 of us waiting to get just water.
Yep.
And the water spout is away from the soda machine, so I could just be filling ice and water, ice and water, ice and water, but you won't fucking let me do that anymore. Now I have things that could easily be utilized, but you're not allowing me to utilize them anymore, like the cupboards. Can't use the cupboards. That looked too trashy. Can't use this. We used to have trash cans set around the restaurant, too.
So I hate that there's no trash cans anywhere. It bothers me a lot.
Right. So back when it was COVID times,
Mm-hmm.
every single menu that touched a table. So we've always printed menus every single day, right? But we used to print so many more because every time somebody touched one, we threw it away because that was the
Fair.
standard of the time. That makes perfect sense. So we had trash cans at all of the terminals tucked underneath.
That's really interesting. Most restaurants went to QR codes. I wonder why our
We
restaurant
had
didn't.
scanning QR codes.
Oh,
We had
and
them.
paper menus.
And paper menus.
Okay.
We did get a lot of backlash on the QR codes, which, to be fair,
Our demographic
is
rears old. Yeah.
yes, much older demographic here.
Mhm.
And so that makes sense. I mean, even my dad, for not being super, super old, he hates looking at a QR code. And it's like, all right, fine, calm down. Like,
Relax.
we will get you a menu, old man. But also, like I said, every single menu ended up in the trash. So we had to print so many more. Okay, cool. Save the paper. I'm all for recycling. I recycle at home.
Yeah.
That's great. But why can't I have a trash can? They said that it didn't look good to the guests. Are guests confused that trash happens? They fucking create it. They're the ones making the trash. They're the ones sticking fucking 1,000 napkins up their goddamn nose at the table. What are you talking about? It looks bad. Trash that you think that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You would think that more trash cans would be better because they would know that we're throwing shit away and that things are being cleaned. When I walk into somewhere and I see a trash can, I don't go, ew, gross, a trash can. I think, oh, what a great receptacle for fucking trash. Stop it. I'm more concerned when I just see paper everywhere and I'm like, there's no trash can? I'm so confused. And now we have these tiny little boxes at the terminals that hold fuck all.
Yeah, they hold 3 receipts and they're full.
And they're gross because we just reuse them, right? It's just like...
They don't get washed. Yeah.
They don't get washed. And also some servers, like, I don't fucking know who, some servers put like napkins full of like wet items into those little I have reached in there to clean those out so many times and had literal like wet soggy napkins come out with, or people, I'm sorry, we write on our server papers that they provide for us, right? Just crumple up 7 of those and tuck it in there. That takes up the entirety of that tiny little trash.
Yeah.
It should just be for receipt paper. Okay, fine. But that's not what ends up in there fucking ever. And one time I found a crab leg sticking out of one of those. And I just thought, who? And then I thought, you know where the crab leg would have gone? In a fucking trash can! I fucking can't.
My stomach hurts. I fucking hate you.
I love you so much.
I love you.
So, yeah. That was a pain in my ass.
But honestly, we have like little areas throughout the restaurant where dirty linens go.
Right.
Wouldn't it make so much sense to just put trash cans there instead? Because they're not visible. They're
not
are
visible.
behind a cupboard.
And 9 times out of 10, guests throw trash in those.
Yeah,
I
because
have
they look
had
like trash cans.
I have had to stop. There is a very tiny, like label maker label on all of them that says "not a trash can."
I don't think I've ever seen that. If
They're
I'm being honest, then I
they're
work
written-
there.
Go walk around tomorrow. You'll see they're written there. It says "not a trash can," because it's for the linens, which is like, yeah, great, awesome, a quick place to throw linens. But I can also
You
just
can also
carry
just do
those
that-
to the bag.
We're always taking the dirty dishes to the
It
back.
would be so much easier to be able to dump the trash that I have and take my linens to the back.
right.
But no, can't do that.
Bonkers.
Absolutely not.
I had a guy not that long ago look at me at the very end of his meal, right? And he goes, "Hey, he was asking me to add the tip for him."
Okay.
And I don't feel comfortable when people do that just because I don't want anything
No,
to
also,
ever come
I
back on
need
me.
you to write that down.
Exactly.
And I tell that to guests because they'll be like, oh, we want to tip you 20%. Okay, great. You can do that.
Yeah.
If you need help calculating 20%,
I'll
I will
calculate.
calculate that for you.
Right.
But I will never manually put that in without you signing that copy with that amount on it.
Exactly.
Ever.
So, I let him know that. We're like, he tells me, he goes, "Oh, can you I want to leave a 15% tip. Go ahead and put 15% on it." I was like, great.
You do that.
But it did remind me of one of the funniest things that ever happened to me. I cried. I didn't actually cry, but I was working at Yard House, and this large party was out on the patio, and one of the parents had brought their kids in with them and then put the kids at a table inside. And somebody
Like
else,
multiple kids?
like 2 kids, but
Oh.
they're like 13. right? So
Okay.
they're
So
like,
they could sit at a table
right,
by themselves.
they weren't like
okay.
children,
They're like
but they
two
were
5-year-olds hanging
no,
out
no,
at a
no, no, no.
table.
They were like little preteen boys.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything about payment. I didn't know what was happening. I just knew that their mom was in a business meeting out on the patio.
Okay.
I'm assuming single mom working, you know,
Sure.
she had shit to do. Good for her. Get your bag. But her boys are sitting in my section.
Right.
And at the very end, at Yard House, we had these little like kiosks that were on every table where
Yep.
the guests could pay for they would pay on their own.
Yeah.
And the boys had ended up ordering appetizers, ordering cheeseburgers, they ordered a lot.
Right.
They ended up with like a $90 bill.
Oh, shit.
So when I go to turn the kiosk and I'm like, hey, so your bill's right here, I'm thinking that they're going to tell me like, oh, my mom's paying for it. They're going to tell me what's happening.
Right. I'm with that table
But
outside.
one of the kids pulls out a credit card. So
Oh,
I'm like,
okay, great.
oh, right. So I'm like, oh, so you're going to pay here. And I hand them the kiosk and they need help. They're like, well, I don't know where to put this. Da, da, da. So
Right.
I put the credit card in. I'm going through it. And they're like, and this is where you would tip. And they go, oh, down, down, down more. They made me tip myself like 5% on this table. And I'm sitting there like,
This is so great.
smiling, sweating, and so stressed that this whole interaction was happening. I was so upset. I was just like,
Also, it's your mom's money. Just fucking leave 20%.
I think that they maybe had a cap on like, okay, well, don't go crazy, you know,
right.
whatever.
Yeah, spend, less than 100.
Yeah.
And so they're like,
And then when they saw the bill come up, they were like, ooh, that's a lot of money. You can have $5, like whatever. And I was just like, of course, oh,
great.
They made me push that little slider
Oh
for
my
myself
God.
down to 5%. I was so sad. And then
Oh.
cherry on top of this devastating moment, the other server comes up to me, and on the kiosk you could see like it would light up if the table
Right.
had already paid, so that you knew if a table was leaving, if they had paid or not.
Yeah.
The table was lit up green, and she goes, did the mom pay? And I was like, oh no, they had a credit card. And she was like, the mom told me she was going to pay for their meal.
And you're like, I thought she did.
I mean, maybe she did, but also I should have known and just taken that kiosk out to the table and just been like, hey, so your boys, this is their pay. Because she might have been mad and be like, oh my God, I can't believe they spent this much money on food, but here's $20.
Right.
Whereas they were like,
They're like, oh, we hit our limit. We can't.
we're not giving you $18 down.
Down.
Down. Oh, that made me so sad. And not that the guy that I had, here at our location, like, tip yourself 15%. It was just kind of the way he said it. I was just like, that's an interesting, like, okay, I'll give myself 15%. I know
Sure.
I gave you great service, but whatever, I'll give myself 15%. But it reminded me of
Absolutely.
that story, which I love telling that story because I think it's so ridiculous and it makes me so sad.
Fantastic.
And it is the one reason why every time I go somewhere with my son, who is now 12,
Right.
I'd be like, so this is our bill. You tip 20%,
Yeah.
sometimes 25 if the service is good. If the service is bad, you give 20%. If it's good, you give 30%.
Right.
And I'm like,
Absolutely.
I'm teaching him percentages
Yeah.
specifically so that he can tip waitresses appropriately.
100%.
When he ends up going
My son will also know the same.
yeah, when he ends up going to homecoming and prom and he sits down at these tables with his
Yeah,
10
your bill is not
friends,
what you ordered. It's what you ordered plus your tip. And you are
Yes.
ready for that, and you should know about that.
And if you go somewhere with your little stupid girlfriend or boyfriend and you order chicken nuggets and Shirley Temples, that's fine. Just you need to leave at least $10 to $20 for your server,
An appropriate
regardless.
tip.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like if you're gonna go in and spend $8 on your meal, you're still gonna be tipping $20 because you took up an hour of that person's table. That's like minimum is 20. Like I teach him so specifically like
Right.
how to tip waiters and waitresses. 'Cause
Rightfully so.
I don't know why I just said that. That's so fucking what an outdated terminology.
Servers.
Servers, yeah, so stupid. I've been in this
You're a waitress, bitch. I was like, I'm a server.
I can't believe I just said that.
That was weird.
Roast out by myself. Yeah, it was odd. Not quite as mad as trash cans, but
Another thing that pisses me off, I get like irrationally irate when this happens because it doesn't matter and it takes me all of 2 seconds to like get rid of it. But when people specifically ask me for boxes and then I go back to the table and they have left those boxes
Yep.
filled. They are packed and closed and filled, and they have left them at the table. And not in a way like, oh, I just ran off to the bathroom, and then they come running right back and they're like, oh my God, that's my box. Because I've done that. I have 100% been a little bit fucking drunk, and I pack up my box, and then I'm just like, I gotta hit the head. I'll be right
And
back.
I'm just taking my food with me to the bathroom.
No, of
That's
course
gross.
not. Absolutely not. But then I run right back, and I was like, this is mine. Oh my God, thank you so much for not throwing it away.
Yeah.
But no, they just leave it with no intention of coming back. Like, I've left the table long enough that they have had 7, 8, 10 minutes to get back to this table and pick up their to-go box, and they just don't. And I just want to fucking scream every single time. And I was like, why did you make me go in and get that box for you? Because not only do I get a box, I get a little bag, and I get little things for their sauces if they need them. And then you took the time to fucking scrape your plate and box that little shit up for you, and then you just fucking leave it there. And it's like, if you don't want it, don't ask for it. Like,
I'm 100% that guest.
oh my God,
So
no,
many
just,
times
like, stop it.
I've forgotten. I literally just pack up my food and I'm like, okay, time to go. And then I just walk out the restaurant and then I'm halfway home and I'm like, fuck, I forgot my food.
I feel like sometimes absolutely
do feel bad
you
every
forget.
time.
Like, you forget. Okay, fine. And also, I'm just gonna throw it away. I don't fucking care. Like, I'll throw it away. But like,
It is just you took so much time to go through it.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it feels a little personal. Like, it feels like they're looking over their plates and they're like, I'll take I need a box. And it's like, okay, I'll get you that box, and I'll get you that bag, and I'll get you that little extra thing for your fucking sauce or your whipped cream or fucking whatever. And then I go back to the table and it's all neatly packaged up, and you fucked off and you just left it there. And I looked at one of the busters tonight because it happened tonight, and I was like, why do they do this? Why do they do this? And it's the guy that we always talk shit to, and he's so nice, but we just talk shit to him all the time. And he's just like, I don't know. And I was like, but why do they do it? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I hate it. And then I just grab it and I go and I throw it away. And it's like, it's fine. But not only have you wasted a box, which, like, we get shit as servers for not wasting boxes. Like, they don't want us taking stuff to go because those boxes cost money.
Yep.
We hear about it all the time that to-go cups cost money. Like, sure. And I don't want my restaurant to lose money. Like, that's not my goal. Except butter. I will waste so much butter all the time. I want to bankrupt this place from butter, and I don't care.
A half loaf of bread should get 2 butters.
I'm sorry. If
I will die on that hill.
I will fucking scream from the top of that hill. If a quarter loaf of bread gets 1 butter, then a half of loaf of bread should get 2 butters. That's fucking math. That's just plain easy. The math is mathing, bro. Like, just
Quick
let
math.
it. It's so fast. Let it make it make sense. Oh my God, that makes so much sense. And anytime I get stopped and they're like, did they ask for extra butter?
I say
Sure.
yes.
Sure, they fucking did.
Yep.
And I have even, not current management, but with previous management, I have combated with, ask them. Go ask them. Go ahead, ask my table if they ask for extra butter. You know
They're
how
gonna
fucking
say
awkward?
yes.
You know how awkward that encounter would be? To have a manager walk up to your table and be like, hey guys, did we ask for extra butter today? Fuck you, you're never going to do that. You're never going to walk up and ask my table that. And 9 times out of 10, I'm like, they're a regular, they always get extra butter. Like, fuck. No.
No, I'm 100%. Anytime did they ask? Yeah,
absolutely
they
they did. No, I am saving my table time of asking. I'm saving myself the time it takes to get more butter. And you want to know what I'm never going to fucking ring in? Is an extra side of butter for the table that does ask for more butter.
No.
But like I said, if I bankrupt this place because of butter, then we have bigger fucking problems.
Exactly.
And I have told that to every manager. I have told that to fucking everybody. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. If a quarter loaf gets 1, then half a loaf gets 2. That's just fucking sense. That
Yes.
just makes some fucking sense. Deal with it. Also, half the time, whoever's filling the butters is only filling them
like halfway.
It's like a quarter of a scoop, and these scoops are small as is. Like, if a single individual would sit with a quarter loaf of bread and possibly even need more than 1 butter, then yeah, I'm gonna bring 2 with a half a loaf. Like, it's just gonna happen. I'm sorry. Get over it.
Yeah, 100. No, I'm right there
Choke
with
on it.
you.
I know.
Yeah, I'm right there
So-
with you in regards to the butter. There's just certain things I feel like they're so on top of us about, like, you can't take to-go cups, you can't take to-go boxes,
Right.
you know, it costs us money and this and that, we need it for guests. And then to have a guest just kind of like
To just leave it,
like
yeah.
spit out. It's like, all right, cool.
Or even, oh my God, to ask for to-go soda and to leave it behind. I'm talking about that for the rest of the night. So many people know about this now. I'm like, this bitch asked me for a to-go Shirley Temple, and I went all out. I put a cherry in that bitch,
Oof.
and I got them a fresh straw because our straws are paper and they fucking suck. So I gave you a to-go cup with what you asked for and a cherry and a straw, and you leave that shit behind? Fucking suck it. Absolutely not. And then I just want to like look at the managers and be like, look at what they did. I didn't bring that out for funsies. Like, they asked me for that.
Yeah.
And then you just leave it behind.
What's worse is when they ask for a to-go box and it's like a whole table, right? And they're like, oh, can we get like 4 to-go boxes?
Sure.
And then they only use 2.
Right.
And then the other 2 are just left on the table, and it's like, it's already touched the table.
Right.
I can't put it back because
Well, I touched
don't
it, and now
know.
you have touched it because you had to pull it apart to get your stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, and now
So
I have to
it's
trash
one of those things
these.
where it's like, it is now trash,
Yeah.
and it wasn't used, and it's like, you could have looked at it and be like, oh, these are kind of big. Can I just get 2?
Yeah,
Or,
just
you know
a
what I mean? Like,
couple.
you could have told me. Yeah. So I definitely understand like your frustration in regards to that. I don't think I've ever really thought too much about it because, again, I am sometimes that guest where I just forgot and I feel so bad. But
if
I'm
ever
halfway
have, I
home.
think about it for the rest of the way home, and I'm just like, oh, I left my food, because usually I want that food.
Yeah.
Like I won't ask for a to-go box fucking ever, because I'm not a like leftover person.
Oh, I'm a leftover queen. I love
I
it.
do not. I rarely, if ever, eat leftovers.
This past week, we had a table and I went to walk by it and they were like obviously celebrating a birthday or something like that. They brought their little table topper and then they had put confetti
Oh no!
all over the table.
Please don't do that.
And I was so I walked up to every single person that was on staff that night and be like, I love what 61 did with the place. Like, how
Right.
rude and entitled do you have to be to go somewhere and throw trash all over the table and just be like, it's for funsies, we're celebrating.
Hooray.
Like,
I've
somebody
had very-
cleans that up for minimum wage. Like, what are you doing?
I've had very large parties do that, like where they have like a table of 20, right? We'll show up with balloons and confetti and other things. But also I've had those people bring tablecloths because they're literally setting the table for their event. I've had that happen where they bring tablecloths and then they throw their little fucking like 50 congratulations on 50 years or whatever confetti all over the place. Okay, fine. Because I can just wrap that all up in your tablecloth. But I haven't had like a 4-top ever.
It was literally a 4-top. It was literally a 4-top, bringing the smallest, yeah, the smallest little table topper.
Do you also want to bring those little fucking party poppers that strew confetti and streamers everywhere? Like, you might as well go balls out. You want to set off fireworks in our restaurant too? Like,
Whoever comes with the birthday dessert and they're like, happy birthday!
a 4-top?
Yeah.
Confetti fun.
Just a 4-top of ladies with their smallest little table topper that they got from like Party City and
Sure.
fucking confetti.
It's
I
fantastic.
thought that was so rude.
That's
so
fairly
entitled.
rude.
I could not believe that happened.
The only time that I deal with anything even similar to that is when like a very, very, very small child tears up all their food and throws it everywhere, like into confetti-sized pieces.
Yeah.
But that's forgiven because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're also very, very small. Like, oh, okay, well, you can only eat very small bites of things, and if you throw half of them on the ground, like, fair, I want to do that too. But,
yeah.
like, if I could get away with just making a whole ass mess everywhere, I might. But,
We're grown women.
yeah,
so we wouldn't
but like
do that in a
40 to
service.
50-year-old women just being like, ta-da, confetti, like, gross.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about this, but so I'm running.
I'm sorry, I love this already. I'm so ready for this story right now.
I'm running food. The supervisor's in front of me and I'm a follow, right? So he has 3 plates and he goes up to this table. They have 2 younger kids and then the mom and dad. And the supervisor goes to give one of the parents their plate and there's the young kid at 1 and then the parent at 2. And he goes to put plate down in front of seat 2.
Right.
And the kid's like jumping around. She face plants into this
bonks right into the plate.
Yeah, it just bonks her face directly.
Start crying?
No, but shocked. I
for
mean,
sure.
I don't think she could cry because she just didn't know what happened. Yeah.
I just got fucking smacked.
Yeah. And the supervisor was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Like, obviously he felt awful. And I'm so shocked. I'm not laughing. I'm not saying anything. I'm just like, speechless, choked, gagged, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening? And then we go to walk away from the table, and I was like, hey, can you refrain from punching little girls?
If that was me at that table, I would have looked at my son and been like, that's why we don't bounce around at the table.
That's exactly what the parent said. The
Yeah.
parent was like, you need to calm down. The
Yeah.
parent was like 100% not blaming her
No,
supervisor.
of course not.
And
Like
the
you couldn't have planned that if you tried.
No, the supervisor felt so bad. But he was just like, oh my gosh, she's going to remember that for so long. And I was like, Doc, that's a core memory for her. She will never move another inch in a restaurant. She's
Just
going to
straight. Food comes out and she hides. She's gonna hide under the table. Like, is the food out? Is it ready for me to eat?
She's gonna like tuck herself into her parents. Like anytime somebody runs something to the table for the rest of her
flinches
life.
around servers for the rest of her life.
She just has an irrational fear of wait staff. Oh my God, I thought that was great. That made me giggle so hard. I couldn't believe it. The fact that I was just like, can you stop punching little girls?
If you could not do that, that would be great.
It was fantastic to witness it.
Yeah. So,
You ready to check out?
yeah, we could check out.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.